You want me to cover Halloween Cup in 5 minutes? Are you serious? Have you seen how deep this meta is? Alright, don't yell. I'll do it. This guy. Hi, I'm Fish, and I'm going to take you through the bare basics of Halloween Cup in just 5 minutes. Now, this is just your bare look at the meta just to get the ball rolling. If you want a complete breakdown of the meta, I have a chat with GBL leaderboard player Lyle Jeffs III. We do that every week, live streamed on this channel every Tuesday night at 8:30 PM US Eastern Time. You can check out the VOD for this week's chat here. In the meantime, let's take a look at the basics, and you can see at the top here, the poison types are dominating. Toxapex is going to be really good, as we all knew it would. It's not going to be game-breakingly good, like a lot of people were doomsaying, but it will be good. Like, with 3 poison jabs of energy lead, it can beat 85% of the core meta of Halloween Cup. It only loses to things like Jellicent, Coffagrigus, Wormadam Trash, and then a couple of other narrower losses here and there. Nidoqueen is going to be really, really good as well. I highly encourage you to check that out. Golbat is an interesting one because poison is going to be the most dominant type in this meta, right? But Golbat will beat the things that people will normally bring to counter the poison types. So things like Toxicroak, Escavalier, Beedrill, they're all going to have a really fun time against poison types. Golbat will crush those things. So it's kind of like a role reversal. So something worth considering there. Next up, we've got the Dark type. And despite everything I've said about the other 3 Pokemon, Mandibuzz, in my opinion, will be the most important Pokemon in this meta. It's a Dark type that beats the bugs and beats the fighters. So, like, what more could you ask, right? It also pairs really, really nicely with a lot of the poison types. So, things like a Nidoqueen Mandibuzz core are going to be, you know, Fish's Kiss. You've also got a lot of dark poison types, and dark poisons, I think, are going to be the most common typing you see in this cup. You've got Skuntank, you've got Hisuian Coolfish and Overcool, you've got Alolan Grimer and Alolan Muck, and you've got Drapion, right? That's a lot of dark poisons. Horniard is going to be really underrated. If you have the ability to build one, I would recommend that. Of course, you've got Umbreon, and you've got Alolan Raticate. Alolan Raticate actually has win conditions against things like Azumarill, if you want to check that out. Next up, we have Bugs. And just like the Dark Poisons, the Bugs have a secondary typing which are going to dominate this particular category, which is the Bug Steels. You've got Wormadam Trash, you've got Scizor, you've got Forretress, and you've got Escavalier. They all have slightly different roles. So if you want more information on that, you can check out the long form video that we got. Crustle is really interesting, a Smackdown user. You can maybe pair it with like a Tyranitar and run ABB Smackdown, like run all the fast move pressure. That's going to be a really interesting strategy. And I like Shadow Beedrill here because with Poison Jab and X-Scissor, it can take Mandibuzz down to 11 HP, which is amazing, right? So you just chip the Mandibuzz with another one of your Pokemon, you bring in the Beedrill, and they're like, what's this trainer doing? And then suddenly you win, and they cry, and they quit, they throw their phone against the wall. It's hilarious, right? You've also got Galvantula with really nice offensive typing. I think that's going to be a big one. We've got Fairies. And Galarian Weezing and Marwal both been really, really buffed with the addition of Fairy Wind. Marwal was already pretty good, but now with Fairy Wind, it can take on so many of those things that it couldn't take on before. Azumarill is interesting because so much of the meta is so inhospitable to Azumarill, and yet it's one of those Pokemon that if you don't take it seriously enough, suddenly you're losing to a trainer that's running Azumarill, and you're like, how did that happen? So ignore it at your peril, right? And then you've got the Ghosts. Frostlass is good because it can overcome a lot of those dark poisons with a bit of an energy lead or a shield lead. So Frostlass is going to be really good. The others, I don't know, it's... again, like Azumarill, kind of inhospitable for them. Your Alolan Marowak, your Runegregus, your Sableye, Coffagrigus, and Jellicent. I mean, they've got a place, but they're going to be a bit tougher to run. So that's it for this meta. Hopefully it helps. Good luck with your Halloween Cup battles. Give us a comment on what you're going to run, because that helps out with the algorithm and the ranking and getting this video recommended to more people. Good luck.